Shut up.
Oh, it's another beautiful weekend. It's a weekend show again. If you don't like that, suck my dick.
85 degrees. I'm ready for the fall.
You're ready for the fall?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm pretty much done with the fucking heat for this year.
It's still hot outside. It's still really dry. I never got grass this year. I think I might have broke the record for the least.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
I know, dude. This never happens to me. It said healthcare. I'm going to ignore it.
Healthcare's overrated, man.
Healthcare.
Who needs healthcare?
I'm already super healthy. I don't need their help. All right.
You are super
I'm
healthy.
fine. No, but I think I've mowed the grass 6 times this year. All summer.
Yeah, but I saw it a couple times. I mean, it was up to mid-calf.
That's not true. My grass got high once. And that was like right around the vacation time just because I didn't have time. And then I fucked up my...
No, because I ragged on you. I said, aren't the neighbors knocking on your door?
No, I had that one time. Yeah. No, there was that one time. I fucked up my knee, remember? I
remember.
I couldn't walk. And then, yeah, so it went like 4 weeks and it was actually raining that time of year. But after that, I think it didn't rain again for like 2 months and it all died.
I think Anton needs to start mowing grass.
Oh, we've had this conversation.
21-year-old kid.
20, but still.
It's old enough.
Yeah.
I was cutting it at like 14.
Me too. Yeah, me too. Probably younger than that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he'll get around to that. Next year's the year he's got to at least do the front yard. But no, I've literally mowed it. Like, look at my grass outside.
I know.
It's not there. It's dead.
It's dead.
I just mowed it last weekend, and it was the first time I had mowed it in 6 weeks. And it barely needed. I couldn't even tell where I was going over most of the time.
I think next year you ought to do the same thing to it that you did this year. It was fucking beautiful. If you guys didn't, ever hear about it, he had the nicest dandelion field that he planted in the front yard. The dandelion field.
The dandelion? What? That was a couple years ago. We didn't get the dandelions this year, which was kind of weird.
It was more dandelion than grass.
Yeah, I know. It was like 2-3 years ago, and it was me and this neighbor over here. The dandelions, because we have full sun in the front yard. There's nothing really blocking it. And the dandelions fuck our yards up, and then I'll look across the street to those neighbors, and they don't get any.
Well, honestly, when those things blow and the little fucking shit flies, they plants a new fucking dandelion.
Yeah, oh no, it's a pretty sweet little system they got working out there.
I think dandelions are kind of miracles.
Oh yeah,
like if you look at it, you'll see a little stump, and then like the next day, it's a full fucking grown dandelion.
Not like a miracle like Jesus, where I
think Jesus did it,
where Joseph come to Mary's asshole, and then she pretended. And all of a sudden they had a baby somehow because Jesus is a butt baby. And like that kind of miracle?
How could something grow so fast?
Jesus? I don't know. I didn't think he grew any special or anybody else. Oh, dandelions. We're talking about dandelions? I'm not interested. Let's get back to this coming Joseph's ass, or someone's ass. Mary's ass. I'm sorry, Catholics.
Hey, I'm Catholic.
Not really.
Oh, I'm totally.
No, shut up.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Dude, fuck you. I mean, that's the reason why we can't take you Catholics serious, because people like you claim to be religious and Catholic.
Do I claim to fucking be religious?
You just did. You just did.
Did I really try to convince you?
I don't know. I don't know what you're up to. My dad's Catholic, too. I think he'll claim it also. And it's like, well, fuck you.
Well, I claim Catholic, but I'm not like a practicing
Well, it's because all you have to do is go through like a couple of their little ceremonies. And
there's more than a couple.
Well, there's really only like 4, right?
Well, there's confirmation, there's first communion.
And all this shit, you don't have an option because your mom's making you do it.
Yeah, well. Yeah.
So, like, I mean, like adult kind of shit.
Well, if you're you're
supposed to get married Catholic.
But my mom wasn't nuts. I told you about it.
But her family.
But if you're a member of the church pretty much just schedules it for you.
That's what I mean. I mean,
hey, you're 12 now. You can confirm
my dad and all of his brothers and his sister went through all that shit. But it's not like they had a choice. You know what I mean? Like that's why my dad always jokes that he's done because he already got his last rites. Because he was supposed to die when he was young. I guess he was about to die.
He got last rites?
He already got his last rites. He's like, I'm fucking done. I know I've went through all the processes.
I think those expire.
The last rites expire? They get it's like the Plan B pill.
Yeah, you got to pay the priest to come out and give it to you again.
Fuck, man. Well, that sucks. What's the expiration date on those? A couple years or you got a while?
I guess it'd be a couple of days.
A couple of days for your last rites?
I mean, they're only supposed to give them to you when you're about to die. That's when they give them.
Well, let's...
All right, you getting ready to unplug the thing? All right, we'll give them to him now. Then you unplug it, he dies.
But you're actually talking to me.
No, that's what they do.
What am I unplugging, man? I don't want to unplug anything. So, it was nice having a Bengals season this year. That was cool. We had a week, and it's done.
We didn't have a week.
Give it up, guys. It's done. Season over. We can't stop the run. Fucking the offense sucks. I think Zach Taylor might suck as a play caller. I'm starting to get to that moment. I mean, what the fuck are we doing? They sucked this week. And then, when I was watching the game, I thought Burrow wasn't getting protected. It turns out it was the third best pocket he's ever had as a pro.
Was it?
Yes.
It didn't look like it to me.
Because he's starting to get that Kitna shit in him, where as soon as anybody gets close, he's like, ugh, and he starts ducking and rolling and shit.
Well,
and
he's been here 3 years. He's been injured 2 of them.
Yeah. No, he's been here 4 years. He's been injured 3 of them. But
he's jumpy. He's jumpy.
I get that. But the same thing, we watched the same thing happen to Carson Palmer in Cincinnati, where he went from one of the greatest quarterbacks in the league to not be, to being mediocre because he was too afraid to take a hit at that point. He was always afraid to get injured again.
I don't think that's Joe. I think maybe the first week.
It's the first week.
Maybe the second week. He starts slow. We always know that.
I think our offense is really built for 2 good receivers, too, and we don't have that right now.
No.
We have Chase, and that's it. Obviously Chase was probably rusty of some sort. I don't know.
He didn't drop a ball.
He didn't drop a ball. He was 6 for 6, so I don't know we can really shit on him. Even though people shit on him all week, I don't really understand how he dropped the ball in this game because he got every ball that was thrown to him. And they asked him
every single one.
Now, maybe because he wasn't at practice for the whole season so far.
Why didn't break him?
Is why it was why the game plan wasn't drawn to him. You know what I mean? Where normally we're drawn up for 15, targets, and this time he only had 6.
Josevich had several targets before.
But he also had one of the better cornerbacks in the league on him. New England doesn't have a bad defensive backfield. Their weakness was supposed to be their offensive line.
Defensive line.
Well, okay, and defensive line because they just that was a supposed weakness because they just lost their best player.
Right.
But they also got Keon White, who ends up being damn fucking good. So like that might have been a trade 1-for-1 kind of thing. So maybe their defense didn't get hit as much as they expected. Either way,
we were the worst team in the league.
One of their starting left guard, I believe, was Michael Jordan. Do you remember Michael Jordan? He was on the Bengals like 4 or 5 years ago, and we drafted him late, and he was like a replay, and he sucked. We had to get rid of him. He was like okay for like a game or 2, and then we're like, well, this guy's not going to work. We had to get rid of him. This is their starter, and we still can't get shit pressure on him.
I know.
They got some problems on defense. They can't stop the run, and we're in a division that runs the ball constantly.
Hendrickson didn't look great.
Hendrickson actually didn't look bad. If you look,
he didn't look like Hendrickson.
He didn't get a sack
last year,
but he was the only person that got pressure on the quarterback over and over. He still had a high pressure rate. Hendrickson did his job.
Yeah, but he lined himself up farther outside than he normally does because
I don't know.
I don't know if he's lost a step or what.
I don't know what the strategy there is. But either way, he was getting pressure on him. He didn't actually complete any sacks, but he got pressure on him a couple times. But you can't just have one guy in the line.
No.
And Hubbard's main thing was like, okay, he doesn't get a shitload of pressure on, but he's really good against the run. It's like, well, we're getting fucking tore up on the run. So is he really good against the run? I don't know, man. They
ran all over us.
That game really fucking depressed me.
It did, but it depressed the hell out of me. But I mean, I'm looking at it. I'm certainly not throwing in the towel for the season.
No, I feel like last year. I know they came out and shit the bed too, and Burrow threw like 3 picks. But I feel like because that was such a shit game by everyone involved, it made sense to me why it was so.
Well, they started 1-5 the last 3 years.
Oh no, since he's been the coach, this will be the 6th year. They are now 10-1 in the first 2 games.
I mean 1-10.
1-10. Yeah, 1-10.
Yeah, I mean, since Burrow in the last 3, they're 1-5.
Yeah, but it just as Zach Taylor as a whole, 1-10. So I mean, yeah, it's
last 2 years. Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah,
like that's really bad. He needs to really look at what he's doing in the offseason and
see. I just
he does not have these people prepared. Obviously, they can't be. I refuse to believe.
I hate them comparing them to the Reds, but they're starting to develop the same thing the Reds have. The Reds will go out and they'll play the Yankees, the Dodgers, and they'll fucking sweep them, and then they'll play the shittiest team in the league, and they'll get embarrassed.
Yeah, they play up to their competition.
But I hate the fact that the Bengals are doing that. We should have fucking wiped the floor with New England. New England's not a good team.
We should at least won.
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, we probably would have if those turnovers didn't happen, but still, like...
But the turnovers happen.
And the turnovers happen, and honestly, the Bengals should be good enough where they can hand the ball over 2 times to New England and still win.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason why, even with those turnovers, they weren't in a position to win.
How bad do you think we get beat this week?
I think we get fucking torched. Or they do exactly what you just said. They play up to their competition, and somehow they fucking pull out a win. And that wouldn't surprise me one bit if it wasn't in the first 2 weeks. I feel like first 2 weeks, Higgins still out, we're getting torched.
Yeah. Yeah, with no Higgins. Yeah. Didn't Josevich get hurt too?
I don't think he's hurt, if so. Either way, and that's another thing we got to look at, is this our future? Higgins isn't going to be here next year.
No.
So if like we're saying that we can't win without Higgins and Chase, well, then we're fucked next year, right? Like, so
well,
I don't get it. I guess you're hoping one of these guys turn into a Higgins, but I don't see it yet.
The one thing that I hate that I'm seeing already is people going, "Oh man, look at what Mixon did in fucking Houston. We shouldn't have let him go." Fuck that. Mixon will fucking go back to Mixon form.
I think he's going to have the career year, but I think it's for a different reason. I don't know. We're going to have to see more games.
Yeah.
But I think also that might have shown us that Mixon wasn't the problem in Cincinnati. We've had the same offensive line coach now for 7 years and have yet to have a good run game under him.
Yeah.
All right. He had a great couple years in Dallas back in the day, and the guy's still floating on that, Frank Pollock. And for whatever reason, he has not done well in Cincinnati. And at a certain point, you have to realize that. And like, we keep on going out and buying offensive tackles and shit, and like people that are good, and then they come here and they're not as good. And it's like, after a while, you have to look at it and go, is there something wrong with our scheme? We can't fucking run no matter what. And our guys just can't block. Well, there's something has to be going on here. Yeah. And they're so steadfast in sticking with him for whatever reason. And they've stuck with him regardless of how bad our offense is, our running game has been.
Marvin?
Well, I know that, but I think
stick with people.
Yeah, but I don't think that is usually that's more of a head coach call who the assistants are. That's not a organizational call. Usually, right. Maybe once you get into the defensive coordinators and stuff, that might change. But usually your position coaches are controlled by your coach. So I don't know, man. I'm starting to wonder if that's the case. Texas opened up monster holes for him. He had no one touching him for the first 5 yards. Any running back would have had a great day, Yeah. But I was happy for Mixon because I like the effort he puts forth. So.
Well, I loved the effort the first 3 years. I haven't liked it the last two. The guy won't throw a block.
He's not a good blocker. I don't even know if won't throw a block, but he's never been good at that. But that's not his game. So
the thing about it is. Because I'm not a giant Mixon fan. I was for a long time, and then I saw less effort in the last couple of years, which pissed me off. But I always liked him on the sidelines. He was always a great teammate.
One of the best teammates, obviously.
The thing I liked about what happened the other day is he didn't take any of the credit. He gave it all to the line. He said, without that line, I don't get those yards.
Well, he's not lying.
Those holes on there. No, but what I'm saying is he was humble about it. Yeah, and, I respect that.
That team's tough, man.
Yeah.
The Texans are tough, and I'm happy for Mixon to get on a good team. I always thought that he was on the wrong team. The Bengals have this issue to me where they tend to like draft as if they're this power running team, and then they don't play like a power running team. So why are you drafting these guys? And they've done that for a while, and it's
with a lot of the other quarterbacks we've had, they were a running team. When we had guys like Cedric Benson, Corey Dillon. That was a run.
Corey Dillon,
offense.
sure. That wasn't a team. Corey Dillon was just on a badass team.
What I'm
outside of that,
he had a lot of carries.
But we haven't been a running team since Carson Palmer. That's a long time ago. No. That's 2000. That's for the last 20 years. We've still been drafting the Corey Dillon types to play on offense that's more built like Kansas City, or more built like the Rams or teams that don't use power running backs. You get some guy that can catch out of the backfield and do everything else. Mixon didn't do bad for the situation he was in. I think if he would have been on a different team the whole time, he would have had better stats if he was on a decent team too, not just some shit team. But with that being said,
I'm chalking it up to a bad week.
He doesn't match our offense. I actually think Zach Moss does match our offense, but I think our offense was just in disarray this week.
Zach Moss ran hard.
Yeah, it pissed me. If you look at the average, everybody looks at that and goes, New England beat our ass running, which they did. But they averaged 4.4 yards per carry. The Bengals averaged 4.4 yards per carry. We averaged the same amount of money per run. We ran 9 times. They ran 37.
Yeah.
That was the difference. And there was never a point where we were down big enough where we had to turn only to passing. You know what I mean? We could have still ran in the second quarter. We gave up on it so quick, like he does all the time. Zach Taylor.
He does it all the time. He wants quick scores.
Yeah, or it's Burrow maybe changing the plays at the line. I'm not sure, but either way, what they're doing right now isn't working. They're going to get murdered this week, I think, and it sucks as a Bengals fan.
And after that, we got Baltimore.
No, then we got Washington.
Shit team, then Baltimore.
No, I think
Baltimore's week 4.
2 shit teams.
2.
We get the Panthers and the
we do get
Washington.
The Panthers, yeah.
The Commanders and the Panthers. But outside of that, and if we play Miami this year, we won't have to play Tua because he got retard fingers again last night.
He did.
He got hit, and this time he did this, the clenched fist. They showed the slow-mo replay of him.
I think he's a pussy.
I don't know if he's a pussy per se, but yeah. There's something going on.
He did this and then this.
Well, those are uncontrolled motions.
Yeah, but if it's happening to the same guy twice, I don't think I've ever seen, any of the other quarterbacks that are currently playing have retard fingers. Jared Goff, Stafford, never retard face.
See, I get you there.
But I guarantee they've had concussions.
I think he's a pussy. Don't get me wrong. There's a couple reasons why I think he's a pussy. When he throws the ball, he lofts it.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. He did not. What, he had 3 picks last night?
He had that hair.
With a pick 6?
Yeah, well, I usually don't throw over turnovers. He's usually pretty good with the ball. But either way, his passes look good. Yeah. And his hair is awful. He has that little curly, like...
hey, Samoan, dude.
I know. My kid has the same hair. But it looks stupid on him. Like, when you get an adult, shave that shit. All right?
Yeah, Joe's hair looks great.
You need kid hair. Well, Joe's just got blonde hair. He just looks like a douche. And if... Before, when they showed the slow motion replay real up close, you could see his face. And when he goes into old DeMar Hamlin, who, by the way, if you would have died, maybe Tua would have had a good year this year. Good job, buddy.
Yeah, you did.
Way to hold on and ruin someone else's career.
Way to get payback.
You know what? I think DeMar Hamlin's career isn't as good as Tua's career could have been. I think we sacrificed the wrong career here.
Now, was it? I was working, so I didn't actually see the hit. Was it clean?
No, it was clean. He didn't even hit him. It was never a hit. That was the funny thing about it. They zoom in on Tua's face, and before he gets close, he closes his eye. He looks like a baby about to get like spanked by their mom or something. He closed his eyes, and his whole face clenches up, and he goes in. And for one thing, I don't know why he's diving. He's already past the first down marker. Slide. Yeah. He already got the first down. But no, he dove in, and his dive looked fucking stupid. He dove straight into DeMar's chest. DeMar didn't even hit him. He was just kind of standing there. You know what I mean?
Into his chest?
He dove into his chest and then hit his head when he went down. So, yeah, it didn't look bad at all, honestly. I mean, when he got hurt by the Bengals, and I forget who that was, but the guy threw him down, that was fucking hard. He slammed him down. But this one didn't look like it should have been an injury. You know, I was like, why is he still down? But then I seen his hand raise up. I'm like, oh, shit. Tua's got retard fingers again. He's screwed. And
wow,
I'd retire
if you were Tua.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, he's about to get Junior Seau stuff.
Not only that, he got his $168 million guaranteed. He's got $168 million. They can't take that away from him, whether he plays or not. He gets paid $168 million, right? Isn't that the way that works?
I think you still have to be on the team.
Do you? I don't know. I really don't know.
I think you still have to be on the team. I
thought that the whole point was the guarantee was to give guarantee money in case you got hurt.
See, in case you get hurt, yeah, but I don't think you're just allowed to say, okay, I got hurt, I quit.
I don't know how that works.
I don't either. But
either way,
I would sure.
I mean, regardless, he got the big ass signing bonus, and a lot of the way they structured those contracts, a lot of that money's up front. So,
I mean, I think the guarantee is in case you get hurt and there's no numbers you have to meet to keep that.
I don't know. I don't know how it works.
But I'm pretty sure you can't just say, okay, I signed the 160. I'm done.
Either way, the guy has more money than he's ever going to need in his life already.
Yeah.
And he is in the position where if he keeps playing, dude, he's not like that. His brain isn't meant for this. If whatever he has going on in his head that doesn't keep his brain from hitting his skull every time it moves around, he doesn't have it. Like, that guy's not meant for football.
Well, who was that defensive back for the Bills? Mark Kelso, that wore that giant extra padded helmet. He looked like a fucking alien.
Oh,
get one of those.
Yeah, I don't know why he wouldn't. If I had that many concussions, I 100% would.
Yeah, he had a huge helmet.
I don't know why all those guys don't. Well, I kind of and I do. If the commissioner is telling the truth, which who knows, he was saying that the new helmets they just came out with are just as good as having the old helmets with that on.
Yeah.
But still, okay, well, put the new helmet on with that. Wouldn't that make it even better? Fuck you. Wear the fucking thing. Stop being retarded.
You're going to weigh 60 pounds.
Yeah.
Running around like this.
It's better. At least you're going to be able to talk as an adult. Or, as an old person, not as an adult.
You know who really looked good this week?
Who?
Sucking Richard's finger.
Sucking Richard's finger? Fuck you. Yeah, we played each other this week in the first week of the fantasy game. And I'm not going to talk fantasy football too much on here, but I will say that it pisses you off. And, okay.
It would have pissed me off.
Chris is one of the biggest whiny cunts in the thing. He's one of those guys that, like, as soon as anything happened, he's already like, oh, no, look, Waddle's out. I'm screwed. Oh, I'm going to lose. It's going to be so bad losing with the second most points.
Didn't you think I was going to lose? When I said that.
I didn't know. I never count
when
my
I
chickens.
Said that.
I've played fantasy football way too fucking long to ever count anything.
When I had a 12 to 15 point lead going into it.
I figured I was going to win.
And then suddenly you got a good receiver. I got a kicker.
Yeah, I figured I was going to win. But with that being said, I could have bitched about the same thing before that match even started. And I didn't. You're favored to win.
My kicker got 28 points. Or 26 points.
Well, my kicker outscored your kicker.
No, I got 26. Oh, yeah, you got 28.
Yeah. So, but either way, we had a kicker battle.
But if you're pretty much tied and you got a good receiver versus a kicker, I'm going with the receiver.
I get you. The chances were definitely halfway through that game was that I was going to win that.
And I wasn't whining.
It wasn't even halfway through the game. It was in the first quarter, and he's already I was whining.
But what I was whining about is it sucks. And anybody who plays fantasy football will say the same thing. It sucks having the second best score and losing.
Well, that's what I had, guys. I had the second best score of the league, and I lost. So I need to pick me up this week. But outside of that, I won't get too much in fantasy because that's fucking boring to people that are in the fantasy football.
But our Bengal talk was not, because that's very important.
Yeah, and it's really depressing, guys.
It's
really depressing. Let's go to the assholes.
We are prepared.
Double.
Asshole of the week.
No, dude, we're not doing this. We're not doing this.
Asshole of the week.
We're not doing this. Oh, there it was. We'll repeat it. Maybe. God damn. What is going on with this world? All right, Chris. Asshole of the week. Asshole of the week. Asshole of the week. Asshole of the week. I think ours is better. Let's get rid of Adam's songs and just start doing our own thing. Asshole of the week. All right, asshole of the week. I'll do mine first because I think yours will probably have a little bit longer discussion.
I think we need new songs.
Really? It's a lot of work for him.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, he still owes me some songs. Well, not owes me because he's doing it for free, but there were still some songs. I wanted the I'm a Dumbass song. You know, I think I even had one of those this week, and I probably forgot it because I'm an idiot, but I'm a dumbass. All right, my asshole of the week goes out to my boy Shannon Sharpe. All right, listen, buddy. You go on there and you release some kind of audio sex tape on Instagram and pretend like you had no fucking clue it went on and all this other stuff. It's hard to do an Instagram live video. You got to press like 6 or 7 buttons. All right. You know, I think one of them you had to hold down for 3 seconds. Like, it's not just like, you know, oopsie daisy. I sent the thumbs up thing in my chat group. It's hard.
He said he just threw it on the bed.
He said he just threw it on the bed and all of a sudden it's taping them fuck. Now listen, we know the reason there, Unc. Everyone in the black community thinks you're a gay wad. That's the normal thing. Everyone thinks he's gay. And now all of a sudden he's throwing. You haven't heard the why? You ever watched the guy walk around and stuff?
Yeah, he's metrosexual, perhaps.
Well, either way, the blacks think he's gay. All right, that's a normal thought, and that's been going on forever. I think someone came out recently and called him gay and stuff, and it was a big thing. And now all of a sudden he's videotaping, but not really audio, this mysterious girlfriend that no one's ever seen. Michelle fucking on the bed. I don't believe it for a second, dude. That was a setup. You want everyone to think you love the pussy, and maybe you do love the pussy. I don't fucking know.
You go take this.
Yeah,
dick.
and you know what? And if you really wanted that, do some video. You know, make the video. Don't just do audio.
Oh, you're gonna take this dick.
We don't even know if you guys are fucking. Anyone can make those noises. You know, like that's easy. I don't. Fuck you. Not fuck you. You're an asshole. I don't believe you. And you're only an asshole because it was kind of entertaining. So there's part of you that makes me my hero for it. But you're an asshole because you think the rest of the world is going to believe that that's a fucking accident, dude. Like, that was not an accident.
Dude, I've never went live on anything in my life. I didn't know what I was doing. I just threw my phone on the bed.
I believe that he's never went live before. But that's probably why he thought it was
so... You're going to take this dick.
Give it to her like I like it.
The best part of that,
you know what I like,
was the very next day when he was trying to act like he was
hacked,
despondent and sad and hacked, blah blah blah. Fucking Ocho Cinco tore him apart.
Did he?
Oh yeah. He got on there and he's like, "Do you know what you were saying on that thing? You were saying, ooh, you taking this dick, you taking this dick." He said, "But the part that scares me the most is you were so winded. You got to work on some cardio, dude. You weren't even going at it that long, and you could barely breathe." Chad was ripping him apart.
That's awesome.
He goes,
I actually didn't listen to it.
That cardio.
I didn't listen to it. I heard like something where it was said something like, "You know what I like," or something like that.
Yeah, you're going to take this dick. Because that's what Ocho Cinco said to him. He said, "You just kept telling her, you're taking this dick. You're taking this dick." He said, "But every time you said it, you got more winded." He goes, "Man, you got to do something because you were you're taking this dick."
Dude, there's
he just fucking tore him up. When he was still trying to act like he was, injured or an accident, and oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. Chad just ripped him apart.
Good.
He goes, "You're my friend and all, but man, you're out of shape."
He's winded the whole fucking time.
That's what he said.
Yeah, Shannon Sharpe, everyone thought he was gay.
And
there
Shannon
for a
Sharpe
while.
goes, "Oh, I never said that." And he goes, "Oh, you did. You told her 5 times she's taking this dick."
And it was mostly from this picture I remember everybody was freaking out about. It's the way he's standing, the way he's holding his purse. Like, everything about that looks kind of gay. But, do your thing there, Shannon. Either way, I'm not falling for it. You fucked from purpose, and I'm glad that the homies don't think you're gay anymore, maybe. But I think the homies saw through it. All right?
Yeah.
I think you kind of wasted your spot. Now you go ahead.
All right. My asshole is a group.
A group of people.
Yeah.
A whole group.
And it pisses me
All of
off.
them, too.
My son and I were going, my kid's cat, I have a cat.
Yeah.
And my kid's cat ate something or whatever and not feeling well.
Yeah.
And they said I had to go to a specialist, and it was just north of Dayton. So I'm driving to Dayton, and the vet was in Springfield.
Never heard of it.
So we get into Springfield, and we go into the vet.
Where the
and we're
Simpsons were
sitting
at?
there. Yeah. We're sitting there, and I was like, "Is my cat done?" And I went in, and what was left of my cat was sitting there beneath a group of Haitians, and it had a fork, some napkins, and condiments around it, and my cat was eating. They ate my fucking cat.
They ate your cat.
So
too?
my asshole is all those Haitian immigrants that are in fucking Springfield. They ate my kid's cat. They're going to eat your cat if you take it up there.
Dude.
They're going to eat your dog.
They might eat your dog.
I don't care if they eat the geese. I'm not so bad about it. People eat geese.
Yeah, not a big deal about the geese.
But they ate my cat.
They did eat the cat.
They're fucking assholes. I'm not really that sad because I'm not a cat person, but my kid's pretty upset.
Yeah.
So my asshole is all those illegal Haitians up
Illegal.
in Springfield.
Those illegal Haitians.
They ate my cat.
Yeah. That sucks, dude. I'm sorry.
Dude, I mean,
cat.
there was like,
sorry you lost your cat.
I walked in there was a tail, like one ear,
They don't eat the tail?
and a bottle of hot sauce next to it. And I'm like, this is bullshit. Where's my fucking cat?
Well, I'm just happy that the Haitians are here and not those Dominicans. Because the Dominicans I've seen...
They would eat the tail.
They will eat the tail like corn on the cob, dude. Just ripping it just ripping it off. So I'm glad... And they're from the same islands. They're basically the same people, not at all.
Ate my fucking cat.
But they're all cat eaters, and we need to keep everybody away. I am voting for Trump. I want a 100-foot wall. I want everyone that's not white shipped out of the country, and anyone who thinks they're transgender just thrown in jail. I mean, that's the only way we're going to make America great again. All right? Until then, this place is just going to be a fucking commie overran piece of shit where everybody walks down the street and gets food stamps handed to them, and all the white people have it bad.
So we are going to talk a little bit about the debate.
No, why?
Huh?
I was serious.
There can't be. There can't be any of these fucking hardcore Trumpers we know. None of them can say, "Oh no, he did fine."
All of them probably will. All
How?
of them, because they're idiots.
How can you say he did fine?
To be fair,
she tore him apart.
She tore him apart. To be fair, the Democrats did the same thing 3 weeks ago when Kamala joined, and they all acted like she was the greatest thing ever when they spent 3 years not giving a fuck or caring about her.
Yeah.
All right. And then all of a sudden, everybody pretended like Kamala's the person we always wanted. So they're full of shit. But the Republicans are going to be full of shit now, especially your local Republicans, your friends and such, because they're even dumber than the national ones. At least the national ones probably have an idea and they might lie to their audience, but they know. But these people are that fucking dense where they think that he's still one.
But I mean, do you think if
that
you
doesn't
get
matter.
two Trumpers in a room, like let's say Trumpers that we know,
Yeah.
do you think, and they start talking about the debate, do you think they're going to say, "Oh yeah, he did pretty good"?
I don't know. They might be. Well,
Can they at least be honest to themselves?
A lot of them believe the dog eating. You know what I mean? Like they're the same people that believe every little thing.
All right, off the record, there may be some truth to that somewhere.
I don't think dog.
There may be one or two pets that disappeared, or geese.
Well, for one thing, so they keep on showing this picture of this guy carrying a goose across the street, a Canadian goose, saying Springfield.
Was he a Haitian?
He was a black dude. Either way, it was taken in a different city, like over a month ago.
Yeah.
So of course it's bullshit.
It was Canton. It was in Canton.
It was in Columbus.
I heard
It was outside of Columbus on Cleveland Street. They said outside of Columbus. They even had the Google map pulled up where it shows that exact spot he's at in the house and everything's exactly the same. It was in Columbus. And the guy that took the picture came out and said, I feel like shit. I took the picture because I just thought it was funny because I seen someone walking down the street for a goose and now everybody's using it to hate immigrants. He's like, I fucking, he's like, I feel like shit. He's like,
is that what he said?
Yeah, literally, he was in the paper saying that. Like, he feels like an asshole because he just thought it was weird that someone was walking down the street carrying a goose.
By the neck, right?
Yeah. He's like, when do you ever see that? He snapped the picture and now everybody hates Haitians. But let's also be truthful here. Trump is take the dog out of it because that's the ridiculous part of it. He is addressing a problem that this country invites on itself, and I don't know how to solve it. All right, because I do think it's the right thing to do in the end, but it does set up for these kind of situations. Springfield, Ohio had I think something like 38 to 48,000 people in it, and then they got 20,000 Haitians. All right, and these aren't illegals. They're not illegal Haitians. Their country is part of, I forget the actual term.
It's a refugee program.
It's a refugee asylum program of some sort where they can come over here and they're not illegals. They work their way, they get jobs, they do everything. They do get food stamps right off the bat. They do apply, they do get that kind of stuff. So they are getting government assistance because they're not illegals. They have their information. They know where they're at and everything. But
it's sanctuary city.
Yeah, but you are still inviting to this town. They said it's the equivalent of 1.5 million people showing up to New York City. It's like that's a significant of people to just show up in a town that doesn't really have the resources for that. They don't have the police. They don't have the fire department. They don't have their Social Security office and shit where they have to do these food stamps and stuff are overran. They're meant for having 6 people a day. Yeah. Now they're having hundreds. And the guy at the Social Security office or whatever it was said that, it's 9 to 1 Haitian to
what are
to
they
Americans.
doing about the housing?
Well, that's another thing. As a lot of these these landlords, and people blame the Haitians, but I mean, it's not really their fault per se. They come over here, they're getting jobs, they're working for Amazon, they're doing whatever, they're living probably 8 to a house like everybody else. Yeah. And because they're doing all that, they can afford to pay $1,400 for some shitty ass building. And now they're kicking out.
What I'm saying is, are these buildings there? I mean,
they're there, but they've rehabbed a bunch of them, and they were buildings where they had poor white people were living before. Yeah. And now all these people, they're going, all right, well, rent's going up to $1,500. Oh, you can't afford it? Well, they can. So get out. And that is happening. And it's a reality. It's not illegal. It's capitalism, honestly. Yeah. The landlords see that they can make more money by doing this. They're not getting, and they're also stopping taking housing vouchers. A lot of these places did.
Section 8 vouchers?
Yeah, because a lot of these people that lived there the previous poor people in Springfield were living in these places with housing vouchers. Now they have people that will actually pay cash for it. So they're like, we're not taking vouchers anymore. Yeah. And then these people move in. Again, I can't get mad at the Haitian people. They're given an opportunity to get away from a hellish landscape that their life is back in their home country. Why would they not take that? All right.
But I mean, I can see putting a few hundred of them there.
But if you're going to do it, if you're also...
What did you say? They put 20,000 of them?
I don't think they put them there. I think it's one of those things where... And you see this a lot of foreign communities where they figure out where other ones are going. They all kind of flock to the same area because they can, whatever. I don't think they're all just put there per se. But either way, if the government is going to offer this kind of stuff, and I'm not against it, man. I would much rather, you look at like the total amount, I was looking at it yesterday, the total amount they spend on food stamps every year is about $150 billion, all right? We've gave almost all of that this year to the Ukraine and Israel. I would much rather our country take care of poor people than I would spend it on wars overseas. All right, if you're giving me the choice, do I want to live in a country that helps people regardless, inside of our community and outside, that'll, we know we have the room and we do have the resources if we decide to spend them on the right things to bring these people there and help them out and everything. I'm up for that, dude. I would rather see a government do that than go overseas and start wars.
I mean, and I agree with you. Yeah. I would much rather see people taken care of, but didn't you just really, when you did that, just stuck your dick in the ass of everybody who's lived there for 40 years?
This is the problem. And that's why I said there has to be a better solution. There's not, right now, you do not have a good solution. I do believe in helping people, but there has to be more than just bringing them here and giving them food stamps and saying, fuck it. You know what I mean? When you see these communities that get drowned by, immigrants, you need to at least throw federal money to that community to help them supply the police that they're going to need, supply everything that they're going to need. All right. They can't, on their local taxes alone, they're not going to be able to handle this kind of influx. It's just too many people at one time.
There's no way.
a little town like that, they don't expect 15,000 new people to show up in a year. You know, it doesn't fucking happen. So you don't have the shit to take care of them. And then that's the biggest problem. And that's where the federal government, if they're going to do this kind of thing, they need to be more thorough through it. I'm not against doing it. I really ain't. I mean, I know some people are, but I'm not against doing it. But you got to be more thorough with it. You have to go all the way through, and you have to have it set up better. They don't. It's like they just throw everybody there and go, fucking good luck.
But there's got to be a limit of how many we can accommodate.
There might be. I don't know.
Because I guarantee there's 20,000 more over there dying to get the fuck out of there.
Well, then there probably is a limit. They probably only took so many. But either way, if they all
took
moved
a lot.
if they all moved to the same spot, then it's like, uh-oh. You know, it's just, I do understand the plight. But then they interview these people, and you stop feeling sorry for them again, because as soon as they open their mouth, they're just racist cunts. You know what I mean? Like, they're just this. I forget the name of the video, but there's a guy online that goes around, you know, basically asking regular everyday people, and he doesn't have an agenda. He's doing it very simple, you know. And in fact, one guy calls the Haitian sand monkeys, and this guy's trying not to laugh, because I would probably, but, you know, it's a horrible thing to do, but at the same time, it's like, that don't even make sense.
So the Haitians are assholes?
No, the Haitians were just sitting there. The Haitians, in the video, all the Haitians they were all pretty nice, and they all just, you know, when they would ask them if they ate cat, they'd all just laugh. No, the guy's like, if I want meat, I go to Walmart.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. You can't tell me that they're getting way too much food stamps and they're eating the cats. Why would they eat the cats? They're getting $500 worth of Walmart food stamps. You just go there and get you can get steak. What are you going to eat a cat for? So I don't think the cat thing, the one of the ladies they're using.
I don't think the cat thing
every
either.
single person,
That was a joke,
every single person that they keep on talking about this white van that picks it up, but no one ever claims to see it themselves. It's always their brother's sister's cousin.
Yeah.
You know, my cousin's brother, you know, shit like that. And you're just like, come on. And then one of the, this lady used to have 50 cats, and now I barely ever see any of them. It's like, well, maybe a fucking coyote got them. You live in Springfield, Ohio. And by the way, why do you got 50 cats running around? Yeah. You know, of course a couple of them are going to die every once in a while.
Like I said,
the geese?
Well, the geese.
I am going to argue.
You eat goose.
I am going to argue that is a day enhancer. All right, if I'm at a nice day at the park, I'm just having a picnic, hanging out, and then I see some Haitian jump into a pond and grab a goose by the neck and rip its head off and eat it.
I'm laughing my ass off.
Dude, that's the greatest story ever. He made my day so much better. I say you can kill a goose anytime you want. You want to kill a goose? If you can catch a goose, rip its head off, do it right there. I don't care.
The geese, I mean, if you're around here, it's probably the same in Springfield, but if you're around here, when I'm driving down the road and I got to fucking stop my car because there's 20 geese
they're
walking
so
across
pokey.
I hate them.
They take their time.
If you unroll the window to look at them, they fucking hiss at you and show you their fucking teeth.
They're dicks.
Yeah,
no, fuck
dicks.
that. I like Haitians more than geese.
Yeah.
So don't eat the cats. All right. If you guys are eating animals, I don't think you are, but if you are, well, we're all eating animals, but you know what I mean.
You can eat the cats. Don't eat the dogs.
Well, definitely don't eat the dogs. Dude.
Eat the cats.
I'm against eating the... Well...
How about if it's a stray cat?
Okay.
You can eat those.
How about...
Don't eat someone's pet, but you can eat one that lives on the streets.
Well, we should treat it like Chinese babies. Like
If it's female, you eat it?
Yes. Each person's allowed to have one female cat. If you find out they have more than one female, you can eat it. You're legally allowed to eat their cat. Because we don't need this many. We need to control it anyways. Bob Barker would be proud.
There needs to be an educational system to be able to distinguish male from female. They probably don't have a big dick there. So we need somebody to teach these people how to distinguish the men from the women as far as cats.
I don't know. I've only had a female cat. I've never had a guy cat. I've never looked at a cat dick.
I know cats have dicks, but I think they're probably like those inside dicks that only come out when they need them.
I don't know. I've never really studied cat dick.
All right, so
look at now I know what I'm doing tonight.
So we're solving the problems. That's what we do on this show is we solve problems.
Listen, you're allowed eating the geese and you're allowed eating the female cats if they have more than one.
And only if they're strays.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't eat a person's cat, but if you see a cat walking around with no collar, it's fair game.
And if a lady has 50 cats, you're entitled to 45 of them at least.
That's up to her.
No, dude, you don't need 50 cats. That's selfish. She could be sharing your cat.
It's up to her.
There's a starving Haitian with $600 of food stamps that would rather eat your cat.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Maybe that's the solution here. If you have a pet that you don't want anymore, give me some of them food stamps and we'll work out a trade.
You know what I think
because
we need to do?
A lot of people sell food stamps, you know what I mean? Hey, 50 cents on the dollar. They do it at the grocery store.
Oh, yeah.
You can go down there and have a cart full of groceries. Hey, man, I'll get half price.
Yeah.
How about that? Take me grocery shopping for $100.
I'll give you a cat.
Pick your cat.
Yeah. Not that cat, though. That's my fave cat.
Yeah, but any other cat.
Any of the other cats, you can fucking scarf them up.
We solve problems.
Yeah, dude, we get it all done. And I'm steadfast in this. Like, just go kill a goose. I don't give a fuck,
kill 'em all.
dude. Kill them all. Get a duck. Fuck a duck. Yeah, a bird. Any of them. Those are dinosaurs. We can do without them. We're fine. We don't need them.
Last night we were on a table, and we don't mention names on this show, but
by the way, real quick though, before you get into that, how many Republican hunters are mad right now because there's Haitians killing goose? When they're out there fucking shooting birds and deer and everything else in the world that's wild.
And then you know what the first argument of the hunter is? Yeah, but I eat it. Well, they're eating
it too. Yeah, they're not. If they miss, they're not going to shoot up a neighbor or something. You know what I mean? Like there's not just bullets.
If you notice those people from other countries,
yeah.
And I hate to fucking generalize like this, and you see like a National Geographic, these people have to hunt everything. They don't use guns and stuff. They walk up, one jumps on them, and the other one fucking sticks a knife
they're so much better at it than us.
So much better. They're not scared to walk up to a fucking hissing goose and twist his neck. They're not scared of that.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
I seen a video
They'll
today.
Send a 10-year-old.
I seen some video today of this like 6-year-old kid walking with a turkey vulture in his arm. He's like, "Look, Dad, I caught a bird," and his vulture's like, "Rah, rah." The dad's like, "I don't think that's a bird." He keeps on petting its head.
And there's not an uglier creature walking
it's
near.
so ugly. But it's kind of calm at the same time. It's kicking its leg and making a noise every once in a while. But otherwise, this thing's staying calm.
Well, because the kid hasn't done anything to it. I mean, if
go pick up a turkey vulture and see how it reacts, dude. I guarantee it's not going to be calm.
Oh no, it's going to take those fucking sharp things and just.
Yeah. Oh no, they were like sliding down at the bottom, dude. It was a great video. I need to find it.
Someone that we work with, or I work with because I have a job,
I'm unemployed, dude.
just posted that there was a dead turkey vulture in their yard, and their kid went up and picked it up, but it was dead.
Yeah, well, dead is a little bit different. It's still gross.
Yeah, I don't think I'd pick up it,
Actually,
even dead.
I would rather pick up a live one. I don't know why. As soon as they're dead, they're diseased. Like, get sued.
Well, they just got done eating a fucking dead raccoon that's been laying on the side of the road for a month.
A diseased raccoon.
Yeah. So, all right. So we need to find some way to get this into legislation about what the rules are.
Yeah.
Geese, yes.
Geese, yes.
Female cats, not owned, yes, unless
cats.
purchased with state subsidized food stamps.
I don't think you can get a cat with food stamps.
Yeah, you can. Because you could basically, let's say I got the cat. Mm-hmm. Hey, this one's here. Is that your Haitian?
Oh, you're trading cat. Okay,
yeah.
trade. Okay,
I'm
legally.
going to say, hey.
You think you could do that, though? You think you could go to the pet store?
I'd say, fufu. You're going to take me to Kroger. Mm-hmm. I'm going to buy $100.
I understand where you're going with this. Yeah, you use their food stamps to buy your own food, and then you give them a cat.
Because that's how they do it.
But I was thinking of actually going to PetSmart and getting a cat and handing your food stamp card.
Yeah, there's a lot of red tape with that.
And they go like, no, and like, no, I'm going to eat it. Don't worry, I'm going to eat it.
Well, then you got to kill it right here.
You think they'd have a problem with that?
No.
I mean, not them, because I don't think they're the ones doing it, but just in general, like foreigners that eat cats, you think they'd have a problem with that?
And how about this? To appease the diehard lefties, any animal that they kill, whether it be a goose or a cat, has to be dispatched humanely.
Yeah, twist of the neck.
Yeah, it's got to be over quick.
Yeah, I think it's more humane because we're not farming them.
No.
I mean, this is the way it should be, right?
Plus, guess what? All you people that are bitching about it, you're not going to step in goose shit anymore when you're in the park with your kid.
Yeah.
You're not going to have it all over the bottom of your fucking shoe anymore. And you're not going to be fucking walking into a restaurant and having a bunch of geese fucking barking at you because they got a kid with them.
Yeah.
I'm for it.
Or walking in front of your car and taking forever to get across the street and not caring. You can honk at those geese. They'll just fucking look at you like you said.
Oh, I've got it.
All right.
Haitians, listen up. This is for you.
Yeah.
How about if we made it where, besides the geese and the cats, ex-cons. They could also eat ex-cons.
They can eat ex-cons? Yeah. Why ex-cons, though?
Because, they're not going to be rehabilitated. They're a plight. So if you did more than 5 years in prison, I'm going to consider you a lost cause and open season for the Haitians.
Maybe that's what we should do with, like, child molesters. We can just staple a tail on them and throw some whiskers on their face and throw them in the Haitian community and let them get eaten.
We could fool them.
Yeah.
And we could tell all child molesters getting paroled, we got a friendly community for you, Springfield.
Springfield, yeah.
we got a place for you.
Just
we got a job for
wear this cat mask. And
because we have to slowly introduce you to the community. So
can't just go in there.
Just put these whiskers on and look.
Fucking put that tail on.
You're going to be fine.
You'll be fine. A bunch of Haitians grab. Hey, you know what? Who we should ask? Someone needs to get a hold of this man right now because he's the only representation I know of for Haitians.
Who's that?
Wyclef. Wyclef's a Haitian.
Wyclef.
Where you at, Wyclef? Get out there, man. Protect your Haitian people. Tell them or just double down on it. Come out on an Instagram live eating a cat.
If Wyclef ever went to fucking Springfield and all those people were coming to him, be like, get these people away from me. Get these filthy people away from me.
Wyclef like the Haitians.
He likes them from a distance.
He'd say that about the whites in Springfield,
He'd like
though.
it from a distance. Get them away. Cat-eating motherfucker. I'm drinking Cristal, you're eating cat.
A little Crystal and cat. That sounds good. A little CNC.
All right, so we've solved another world problem there. I like it. I'm happy.
Yeah, we get it done.
All right, so I got a funny story.
Okay.
I told you on the last podcast that the guy threatened to kick my ass.
He's gonna beat you up because his wife's pussy was ugly and she was
green,
and she was a fatty.
Because it was ugly and green and miscolored.
Oh no, his load was green. Fucking Hulk loads.
So that got me a little nervous. What if he looks like the Hulk? Hulk smash. I'm kicking your ass. My wife's pussy is ugly.
You meet his kids, they look like Ninja Turtles.
So this fuck site that I'm on, that he was talking to me on, where he said, "You better not hope I don't find you." They send me a fucking email. I've never gotten an email from them before.
Oh, you're not allowed.
No, I'm allowed. But they said you received a complaint for violating community policy. Apparently you were, rude and disrespectful to another member, and you said a bunch of things. Can we please get a response to this accusation? Basically is what they said.
Yeah.
And I told the guy I wasn't interested. He wouldn't leave me alone. Blah, blah, blah. I didn't say his load was green and his wife's pussy was ugly. I just said, look, I told this guy I wasn't interested and he wouldn't leave me alone. So I basically told him to fuck off. Never heard anything since. They said, okay, fine. Thanks for the response. But this guy actually complained about me on a fuck site.
He's a fucking fuck site Karen?
Listen, I want to complain about this bull that won't fuck my disease-ridden, green-loaded wife.
Well, I would have told her more of the truth. I would have said, listen, he sent me pictures. I told him that I wasn't interested. He asked why. I said, because she's unattractive, and then he threatened to beat me up.
You know what I should have said? I should have just forwarded the picture he sent me.
What would you have said, buddy?
Never mind. Thanks for your time.
And then send him another one right after that, but with a circle over the load. Make sure you didn't miss that. I wanted to make sure that's focused.
And I'll put like a white piece of paper and a green piece of paper.
Yeah, what's one does it look more like?
That's what I should have done. Just forwarded that fucking picture to him and say, because of this.
Because look at this pussy, dude. What are you talking about?
The asshole looks like it's painted.
Ugh.
Yeah, so I mean, I thought that was funny. He actually complained on me and tried to get me kicked off the fuck site.
It didn't work, though.
No, it did not work.
Site, they're showing a little restraint there.
There's not enough good quality bulls out there. They're not going to lose us.
Yeah.
We're like voters.
Hey, so what do you, I don't think this is going to be part of your fuck you, but you never know. You go sometimes there. Tyreek Hill. How do you look at that situation with the cop?
Well, here's how I looked at it.
Because I think it's not complicated, but I think it is double-sided, and they both fucked up.
Well, my theory has always been the same, and it's not to suck the cop's dick or anything like that. But the way I grew up, honestly, is when a cop talked to you, you listened, you did what he was told. If you wanted to fight it later, the cop calmly walked up and said, hey, man, can I get your license, blah, blah, blah. And Tyreek ignored him, so he knocked on the window. Yeah. And Tyreek started, don't knock on my window, don't knock on my window, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Open the window. I'm not opening the window. He didn't listen.
Yeah, I agree.
He should have been pulled out of that fucking car.
So you in there?
Huh?
You in there? Is that
Well, I end there, and then I start real quick with the fact that even the very next day, an asshole like him acknowledged that, yeah, I should have fucking opened the door. I was a dick. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Well, I mean, he didn't get, like slammed on the ground, hurt, or anything like that. Did he?
I mean, not slammed, per se. Okay, this is the way I look at this one. He was driving 60 in a 40. He deserves to get pulled over. All right, that is what it is. You can't be driving 60.
And he's not wearing a seatbelt.
You can't. Well, they didn't know that until he pulled him over because he had tinted windows. Yeah, in the end, that's what he got. He ended up getting a ticket for careless driving and not wearing a seatbelt. They pulled up on him, and I do agree. The cop came to him kindly enough, you know, and he was standoffish and a dick right away. That's where Tyreek was wrong. All right. roll your fucking window down, dude, and hand them that stuff. These guys don't know you're Tyreek Hill from behind, all right? They don't know who you are. You're in Miami. There are lots of rich people in Miami that have those kind of cars that are up to no fucking good also.
Yeah.
All right? They're not asking you to get out of the car right away. He asked you to roll your windows down. That's a safety
They just
thing.
asked him
That's
for
a
his license.
safety thing for a cop. I don't like cops.
Right.
But I understand they got a dangerous job, and that's not a lot to ask. It's a safety thing so they can make sure they're not going to get fucking shot.
Right.
All right? So they want him to roll his window. His excuse the next couple days after was saying that, and this is a bullshit excuse to me, but maybe it was true, but either way, the attitude was there, so I don't believe it. His excuse is he didn't want fans and people to see it and then start taking video cameras and everything else. Now, what ended up happening, you got pulled out, and that definitely happened. But his excuse was that. But either way, then, even if that was it, you would have said, hey, bud, when he pulled up, hey, bud, I don't know if you know, I'm Tyreek Hill. I'm a star receiver on this team. I was like, can I keep this window down so the fans don't take pictures and stuff?
Yeah.
Say it. You know what I mean? You can, and be a nice guy about it. He was a dick right away.
Yeah.
You know, if he was going 40 and he got pulled over, I could halfway understand why he'd be being a dick. But he was literally speeding. All right.
And whether he doesn't want his picture taken or not, he's still obligated to obey the laws.
Yes, it doesn't matter. So you roll the window down, all right? And I do not blame the cop up to that point. And I don't even really blame the cop too much for making him get out of I don't blame him for making him get out of the car. He got a little aggressive when he was getting out of the car. And I think that's
He did.
And I think that's when the cops lose me, is not when they got him out of the car, but it was the moments after that. The one cop put him kind of in a chokehold to get him down on the ground. When Tyreek just said that he had knee surgery recently, so he can't just get down on his knee because they asked him to get down on his knee at first. And the cops were dicks about that part. Now, I understand that they were probably pissy that he wasn't listening, but I hold the cops to a higher standard. These are supposed to be people for the right, all right? You did none wrong by getting him out of the car. That's protecting yourself. I don't even blame you for handcuffing him if he was refusing up to that point. But there's no reason to be a dick after that. All right, now you're going too far. Enforce the law. Don't be an asshole. The guy put him in a chokehold to get him on the ground. You don't have to do that. That wasn't, and Tyreek,
But he wasn't going to the ground voluntarily.
he wasn't resisting at that point.
But the whole point is what I'm saying. They told him to get on the ground, and he said no.
He said, "Can you help me?" or something. He said something about his knee injury.
Did he?
But either way, as soon as he
And
got,
then I gotta hurry and go play a football
soon
game.
as he
So I
got
can't
out
get
of
on the ground, but I could play a football game.
well, that's ridiculous. But
Ridiculous.
as soon as he got out of the car, though, he was no longer being a dick. He was being nice at that point. I think he realized
When
in
they
the moment.
first opened the door, he was a dick. But when he was getting out of the car, the whole point is to say, I don't have the physical ability to get on the ground, but I'm going to go fucking.
I don't think he said he had the physical ability.
That's what he was indicating.
Did you watch the video?
I watched most of it.
He doesn't ever say. He just said he has a knee injury. He's got to be careful when he with his knee. That was all he said. And the guy grabs him and puts him on the ground like forcefully. You don't need to do that. And then they've also handcuffed Calais Campbell. Who
came over
and was just standing there to make sure nothing went wrong. Calais Campbell's also 6'8"
and 300 pounds. Yeah, 350 pounds. Yeah.
Fucking giant man, probably scary as shit.
Fuck yeah, he's
But either
scary.
way, as soon as they got Tyreek out, Tyreek was no longer. You can watch in the video. Tyreek was no longer being a pain in the ass. He was up until that point. So that's why I have no fault for them taking it to that point.
Yeah,
no fault there. But after that, especially after they got him handcuffed and stuff, they were being a dick for no reason, and it was just because they could. At that point, they were like, "Well, you got to listen. We're the cop." And I think that's the most pathetic way to ever do that job. I just hate cops that act that way. Do the job. You were in the right. You did everything right. And then all of a sudden, then you start being an asshole. And I can no longer defend you at that point. You know what I mean? Like, I can't. And I also can't defend anyone that's saying that Tyreek has no fault. Because Tyreek had fault here. There is no reason to be there. And he can say black, white, Listen, if I get pulled over, which I did 2 nights ago, I'll get to that in my fuck you. If I was to not roll the window down, the cops aren't going to treat me well either.
No.
All right? They're actually probably going to treat me worse because it's not right next to a stadium.
Right.
But either way, like I'm just saying, like, no one gets away with just leaving the fucking windows up and being mean to the cops. That's not a black or white thing.
You're not going to win.
That's not a winning battle. Whether that you argue if that's right or wrong, whatever. You live in a country where that's the case.
My whole thing on this is he was a dick. They were dicks. But they didn't take it too far as to fucking.
Well, they didn't beat him
or anything like that. So basically, what they need to do is saying, "You're paying the fine. you're going to be suspended for a couple of weeks.
I agree.
Call it a wash.
No, I
but you're both going to pay a little bit.
Yeah,
for it.
he's trying to get someone fired. No one needs to be fired for that one. But I do believe there should be some kind of discipline for a couple, not all of the officers, but a couple of the officers were dicks for no reason.
Yeah, a couple weeks pay.
And it's not smart business. And the thing is it's stupid that they did it in front of everyone. Like, it's just fucking dumb, but that shit goes on constantly. So if a guy's doing that to Tyreek Hill at the side of the road, imagine what he is doing to some fucking loser, that gets pulled over in the middle of nowhere.
But like I said, when these guys first walked up to the car, they were cordial. They were fine. I need your license and registry. Don't knock my window. He instigated it right off the fucking bat.
See, I kind of look at it. The older I get, I am a supporter of the police, but not our police and not our cop system. I think there is a need for, some kind of system like that, but I just don't like our system. I think we hire the wrong people. I think
we hire the ones that apply.
Exactly. It's because it don't pay enough. I think that should be a 6-figure job. I think being a cop should be right up there with being a fucking lawyer or doctor. Like, I think if you put it that way, then you will get the better quality people.
It's a shitty job.
It is a shitty job. So
and it's a very real thing now. It's a very real thing now that when you leave work, you could get shot at. It's very
for
real.
Sure. And that's why I want people in that job that are super qualified for it, well paid and well trained. I mean, it needs to be treated as more than it is. You treat it like they're treated. They're not making bad money. Don't get me wrong. I think the city cops are making like 80,000.
Yeah, they get regular raises.
Yeah, and it's a union job. So I mean, they do all right, but for the danger that they're put in and for the responsibility that I would like to give them, they're not paid enough. I want to give them the responsibility where they are held to standards. You know what I mean? Nowadays they're not, but they have to take any fucking asshole that came off the street. You go to a little simple cop school or you go in the military, you can become a cop pretty easy.
Yeah.
They don't care about your actual sanity and stuff. And if they actually put the effort into it, maybe like you would like a CIA agent, where they really, really go at people to make sure the right people are in it, then maybe you'll get better cops. But I don't know if there's enough people in this world to do that.
That's what I don't think there is.
Yeah,
and the thing about it is, I
game.
think when you're a cop now, I don't think it used to be this way as much. I think when you're out there driving around, you're not the guy who's like a fucking detective or whatever. You're the guy driving around. You're probably, if you're in a bad neighborhood or you're probably on pins and needles all fucking day. And it doesn't take a whole lot to set you off. Now, that's not an excuse to be a dick.
My buddy just retired. I'd love to get him in here, but I don't know how honest or how much he would actually.
I mean, the whole point is that, it's a shit situation because most cops are good. Some are shitty, and the shitty ones ruin it for everybody else. But at the same time, you're not allowed to shoot at them.
Well, and even the good
they're
ones,
not allowed
man,
to shoot at you.
All they see all day is the shit of the world.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to not be a jaded fuck. I mean, it's the same thing with us as casino dealers. You see addicts all day.
Me.
Yeah, you. Yeah, me. Sorry. I'm still unemployed. I have a hard time.
Matt, he's talking
this is funny. Fuck you, Matt. 22nd. You tell me, you cunt. What was I saying? Oh, I haven't let go yet. I feel like a loser sometimes because people ask me when I'm driving Lyft if I do it full time, and I still say no. I work at the casino. I still say that
I think that's a safe answer.
I don't anymore, but a couple people, I'll tell the whole story, and it's actually worked out in my favor. I think I've told the whole story like 4 times in longer rides, and every single one of them tipped me. One of them tipped me like $20 because he felt sorry for me.
Oh, nice.
Getting to the whole
Would
explanation.
it be funny if one of them would have like reached in his bag and pulled out a turkey sandwich? There you go.
Here you go, buddy. Give it to him. Trade. No, but either way, I had that the other day where it hit me, where like I said that to someone, and then I just instantly felt like the biggest loser in the world because it's like, why am I fucking still telling people I work there? I don't work there. I haven't worked there since June. You know what I mean? Like I maybe explain the whole situation. I may work there again, and that's a lot of times people. I'll tell them like I'm in between jobs, so it's the first time I've done it full time, which isn't a lie because it is. But dude, I feel like a fucking loser every time I lie to someone.
But I mean,
but it comes natural.
Well, I mean, it's a weird situation.
Well, a lot of times too, I'm in the car with them for 5 minutes. I don't want to get into the story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to tell them the whole thing. So it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you tell people you're a casino dealer and it leads to conversation anyways, and that makes tips. So
hey man, what's the most you ever saw anybody
stupid
win?
Shit like that. The same casino questions you get over and over again. But
does the casino really cheat?
Yeah.
That's what they say to me all the time.
I feel like a fucking loser though every time I tell someone that. Yeah, I still work there. Oh, still can't get over it.
Well, we're still in the process. That's why. I keep telling people to. But, yeah, I've been, they didn't blackball me from the fuck site.
That's good.
Yeah, it is good.
Don't want to shut down your options.
Well, the thing about it is I never went on there for options. They just appeared.
Yeah.
And I was always on there looking around, and I just fucked around with the people that I knew or that knew me or whatever, blah, blah, blah. I never went on there advertising like, hey, pick me.
Yeah.
It's never like that. And then you get some occasional messages, and it works out here and there. And I've fucked 2 because of that.
Yeah, it's fine. It's something to look at.
Bodybuilders
you know?
and nightgown.
It's like me. I look at Facebook Marketplace every night. I don't ever buy anything. Just look.
You think is Temu as bad as Wish?
Dude, I tried to do Temu. I was going to do it.
I bought something from there.
I know. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. But it had a thing, like if you do something, it was going to give you 4 free things. And I picked out my 4 free things. And then after that, it spun another wheel. And then you had to buy 8 more things at 50% off to get your 4 free things. It's like, I don't want to buy 8 things. These are all bullshit things anyways. I was only taking them because they were free.
Yeah, you had an actual list of things you had to buy.
Yeah, it was all horrible.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, all right, I erased the app and moved on with my life.
Well,
I was going to get into it. I was going to Temu. I was excited to Temu, but then the offer pissed me off so much I quit.
I'm going to buy at least one toy gun off there.
Yeah. Oh, but by the way, do I think it's Wish? Yeah, it's the exact same thing.
Is it?
Yeah, I think they're both Chinese companies that just, make bullshit.
I'm going to buy one toy gun. Nate likes toy guns. I'm going to buy one, see if it holds up.
Yeah.
If it does, then I'll consider it a safe place.
Yeah.
You're in a safe place.
I mean, I wouldn't be buying like furniture or like, big things that you really rely on, but for toys and kids' clothes and shit like that, if you can get a deal,
That's why I bought t-shirts last time.
Dude, t-shirts don't last that long. You get maybe even if they don't last as far as lasting, the kid grows. So it's fucking useless. You end up throwing away all this shit.
Yeah. So I'm in the fall mood. Tomorrow we will be attending USS Nightmare.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. You're a nightmare guy. You're one of those.
But Nate is.
Boo.
We love him.
I think you are.
I like going with him.
Yeah. I kind of houses, once I reached adult age and I went into one as an adult, I was just like, this is fucking dumb. People were, and I understand it for kids. And if I was bringing Kane, it would be probably fun to me again. But like just as an adult, it didn't get me after I was.
Well, no, I would never call you and say, hey, you want to go over
But there's people that do that.
School? Yeah, of course there are. But I go with my 11-year-old.
Yeah. I was in my haunted house phase big time as like a 16-year-old drunk kid. We used to mix, we always made Mountain Duca. I don't know why. But we'd Mountain Dew and vodka mixed together. And we'd down that the whole time and go to a bunch of haunted houses. And that was a great time. You
know what I've really come to hate? And this is probably the old man in me.
I would have hated me then, but yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what you're going to say?
The teenagers that jump around a corner and some scary guy jumps out with a chainsaw and he goes, that's not fucking real, dude. You didn't get me at all.
Yeah, exactly.
I keep saying, hey, kid. You just paid $30 for this, and you're going to come in here and be a dick? Get the fuck out.
No, the teenagers suck.
They do.
Yeah, they're awful.
I hate them.
So it's 20-year-olds.
Hey, Haitians can eat teenagers.
Not mine.
No, not yours. The asshole ones, though.
Springfield.
The one that they get to stand outside of haunted houses, and anyone who goes in there and cops an attitude with the actors,
eat them. Yeah. Yeah, we can really put these Haitians to good use.
And we can get rid of some of the fucking shit in our community.
And I'll trade Haitians for a lot of our community.
Yeah.
A lot of times these people that come over are hardworking people that just want to do these shit jobs that no one else wants to do and live 9 to a house and be happy. That's happy to them. So let them be happy, and let's get rid of fucking Shelly and Tina and fucking Roger over there. They're doing meth and nothing else. Like, let's get rid of them. Bring in the Haitians, but we have to do a trade. We can't just bring more people in.
No, you can't.
We're going to have to start killing Americans.
1 for 1.
Where's Kamal? Well, you got Kamala's number?
I got Joe's.
You got Joe. Don't answer.
I got Joe's.
Joe don't answer. Oh, what's that?
What is this thing?
Is that face all the time?
Dude, Joe is fucking done, man.
He's been done 3 years ago.
Yeah,
dude.
but now I think now that Kamala's in it, you're barely going to see Joe.
Well, you barely do see Joe.
You're going to see he's going to be sitting on a rocking chair, fucking,
Well, there's not much left. He's only got a couple months left.
Yeah, but I mean, he's got 5 months.
Is it that long? What is it?
First of the year,
but it's already
September,
9.
October. He's got 4 months left. But the whole point is, I unless it's going to the funeral of a soldier that got killed, or the opening of a fucking museum or something somewhere, he's going to be sitting on a fucking rocking chair with a shawl over his fucking knees,
He still does his little speeches. He came out the other day and said the Haitian thing was bullshit and that Trump's spreading hate and blah, blah, blah. And, he still comes out and does a couple little things. But for the most part, old Uncle Joe is
See,
dumb.
you know what I really hate about all this shit when like...
And when it's all said and done, his kid's still going to go to jail, it looks like.
Oh, yeah, he's going.
Yeah.
And
he admitted guilty.
He's going for a while.
Yeah. No, it's like 17 years or some shit like that. I don't know if he'll do that whole time. I think that was part of the reason why
he does 7 or 8.
I think federal. Is it federal? Federal, you only get so much. You can't take off giant chunks.
I know.
A lot of times federal,
and you do every day. There's no parole.
That's what I mean.
Prison.
Yeah. So I don't know how that's going to work. But if you can't fucking get away from the law as a president's kid, you're not safe in this country.
But, and this is just me being ignorant on certain political things, but couldn't Joe pardon him?
I think technically, right? Anything federal, you can pardon.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what he does right before
he waits right before he's done, and then he pardons.
Well, a lot of time they do pardons the last week, and that's a big thing. It's always been a big thing.
Yeah.
There's been some fucked up people pardoned over the years.
Oh, I know. Like murderers.
Yeah.
Fucking
I think Trump pardoned some rapist or child molester.
Child molester. No, more than one. He pardoned like 8 of them.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't know.
But I bet you Joe pardons him.
I would.
I mean, Joe's not going to be in the spotlight anymore.
I mean, would you? Your son?
Yeah.
If you had the power and you knew you were only going to live another 6 months anyways?
And he admitted guilty. Okay, I'm guilty, blah, blah, blah. I think without a doubt he's going to pardon him.
Yeah. I mean, it's just tax evasion. It's not like some guy, he murdered someone.
Yeah.
So, that's usually the kind of shit that gets pardoned anyways. That'll be interesting.
But can you pardon a blood relative? That's the stuff I don't know.
Well, can you pardon before he gets, if he's not fully convicted before then? The process takes forever. He just admitted that he's going to change his plea to guilty, but that doesn't mean they're going to do the sentencing before January.
No, but...
In fact, they might have it like on a scheduled on like the 12th and then like change it to the 22nd and not even tell him. That might happen.
If it's a hardcore like liberal court system wherever this is happening, they might say, "Hey, let's get this done quick so Joe can pardon him."
Fair enough. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know how the process goes, but that is crazy. Hey,
I know that if you admit you're guilty, if you say guilty, there is no trial. There's nothing. It goes pretty quick after that.
Yeah, you're right. I think you are.
And I think that's why he said, "I'm guilty."
Might be.
So the process he can get over.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, it could 100% be why. They might already told him, like, listen, just get it done with. I'll pardon you. We're done with.
Yeah, because I can't pardon you after January.
And not only that, but they can't. So if Trump gets back in, he can't try him for the same thing. You can't be tried for the same thing twice.
No.
Because Trump has said that. He said if he's getting back in, he's going after everybody. He's like, they used the political system against me. I didn't. When I was in there, I could have prosecuted Hillary. I chose not to. They took over. They start prosecuting me. So if I get back in there, I'm going after all them. So Trump is going to try to get people if he does get back in there.
But he can't get him.
He can't get him for that. He can get him for something else. I think this guy's got quite a few skeletons.
Well, yeah,
we're talking about a guy that was somehow on the Ukraine Energy
ones.
Committee, living in America, while he was smoking crack.
His whole fucking career was consultant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was a job. I'm a consultant for this, and they say, "Well, what the fuck is he? Where's his training in this?" Well, he didn't really no formal training, but he's a consultant.
He's a consultant. He's the guy that you go, "Hey, call your dad and ask if we can do this."
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think the fucking lawyers said, "Hey, dude, you need to say guilty right now so we can get you sentenced and your dad can pardon you."
No, that makes sense.
Because if you don't, it's going to stretch out another 2 years before you're convicted, and then you're fucked.
You got a price or a rather or any of that shit? Or are you going straight to fuck yous and getting out?
I went straight to fuck yous because I got one.
I got like 3. Not this again. What is going on?
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Fuck Amazon.
Fuck you, Amazon.
Let me tell you how mad I am.
Hiring all those Haitians that are eating cats.
Butt Eater comes over a couple weeks ago.
Not cat eater, butt eater. We like her.
Butt Eater, yeah, because she doesn't consume them.
Yeah.
She like nibbles on
It's
it.
more of a butt tickler.
Yeah, but it's still there when she leaves.
You don't really eat butt. You more lick butt.
Yeah, and I don't know. She gets in there. But anyway, when she was over last time, and this was really rare because she doesn't do this. Usually we eat butt, we lick and suck and do all the fun stuff. Then we fuck, and then she either has a beer or just leaves. Mm-hmm. See you next time, blah, blah, blah. This time she was extra horny. Okay? And she did the weirdest thing that no one's ever done this to me before, but it works. And I'm telling you, this has never fucking happened before. She's riding me reverse cowgirl.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh, shit.
What?
You're looking at the
She's riding me reverse cowgirl.
Yeah.
And she was, for some reason, we go at it. It's a little bit longer than most people, I would imagine, but we're usually one and done.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this time she had nutted once and she wanted to nut again, and I was getting really fucking near that point of no return.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she goes, "You're not done yet, right?" And I'm like, "No, I'm okay. And she goes, "I don't want you to come yet because I want to come again." She takes her thumb and she puts it right under my balls, right in the middle of my taint, and she pushes real hard.
Mm-hmm.
It was gone, dude. It was like the orgasm never
I
started.
thought that was supposed to. Someone told me that before, I think.
It stopped.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't even feeling good. I had to get it feeling good again before I was close.
Didn't someone say that about boners? You told me that.
I told you that about boners.
Yeah. You told me that someone did that. That was waxing dicks, and they said if it ever gets hard, that's all they do, and it goes
you
right
push
down
on the taint. Yeah.
Yeah.
But she shoved her thumb in there,
Yeah.
and the orgasm part that was really close
Uh-huh.
was just gone. And I started looking it up. What did she push on? And
Is she a fucking doctor?
I got like seminal vesicle, and I got a whole bunch of different body parts.
Yeah.
But it worked.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it's like you're fucking, you're like, hey, this is great. Oh, this is really great.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm getting close. It started off before the great.
Wow.
She shoved her thumb in there. So anyway, getting back to Amazon. She was
Forgot we were talking about
she was in
Amazon.
a crazy horny mood and at my house in the closet, she has a toy box.
Yeah.
Her very own.
Yeah, I know. You know,
And
everybody gets her.
yeah, I have
Separate drawers.
three boxes in there. One's mine, then two girls.
Yeah.
Okay, so she pulls out toys, and she's got this and that and this and that. She orders. She goes on to Amazon right after we get done fucking, and she said, "There's this toy I've been wanting to buy. Can I have it sent here and just put it in the box?" And I'm like, "Yeah." It's supposed to be this. It was expensive. It was like it was a vibrator that like actually sucked, and you put it on your clit, and it actually.
I've seen those.
You seen those?
Yeah.
Well, she ordered one, and it was like $80. When it comes to the house, I'm not leaving it in the package. I'm pulling it out to look at it. It was horrible. It's like
She get like a Wish.com version, or it just wasn't a.
you know those fish on the side of a fish tank that suck on there and they get stuck.
Suckerfish.
And when you get the bad ones, it goes on there sideways and just keeps falling off.
Yeah.
She tried this.
The bad ones.
Yeah, she had come over again and she put it on there and there was no suction whatsoever. It sucked. Amazon said we can't take back a sex toy.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. So basically she wasted $80. She was mad when she found it didn't work and left without
Oh.
giving it up.
Oh.
Ate my butt a little bit, but when the fucking part was done, I didn't get the nut because she left. Because she goes, I'm fucking pissed off. I just wasted $80. I'll see you next time. And she left. No nut for me. And I blame that 100% on Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
And his shit fucking sex toys.
Jeff Bezos, you bald cunt.
That really happened.
Yeah.
It pissed her off so much. We had done the butt eating and the licking sucking fuck. But when we were fucking, she grabbed this thing and stuck it on there, and it just wouldn't hold. It's like no suction at all. And she
I thought
goes,
you were supposed to hold it there.
No, it's got a
Supposed
dick.
to stick?
It's got a dick that goes in, and then it sits on. Yeah, it's got a
Okay.
sideways dick.
Okay, but then it kept on, that stayed in the pussy, but slid off the.
Yeah, it just kept falling off the bean.
Yeah.
It stayed in the pussy, but it fell off the bean. And yeah, it's got like a 6-inch fucking dick.
Oh.
Shove it in there, and it's like a handle, you know? And I was going to pull the handle out and replace it. And she got so fucking mad. She goes, this thing. And she stopped. She pulled it out, and she's going, is there settings on this? And she's trying to fucking get it. And when it wouldn't stay sucked on there, she goes, God, I'm pissed off now. She goes, I'm sorry, but I've lost it. And she left. No nut for me. So guess what I did?
Jerked off.
Of course I did.
Yeah. Why is that?
My butt was
jerking off?
freshly eaten.
Why was that?
The noise.
That was disgusting. I'll never do that again.
But I blame Amazon. I mean, Butt Eater comes over twice a month on the average, sometimes 3, sometimes 1. But the whole point is this time I got nothing because of Amazon.
How's that Jeff Bezos?
Fuck you, Jeff Bezos.
Motherfucker.
That's it.
All right, fuck my cough. I got 3.
Wow.
Fuck you,
you're mad.
PNC. All right, PNC Bank, you motherfuckers. Now, you think you're helping because you went out and canceled my card because there was some kind of fraudulent activity or it was exposed to something. But hey, why don't you let me know so I don't look like a fucking asshole when I go into the store and my card gets declined and I'm sitting there showing the fucking guy, look, $12,000. Why the fuck? I was literally at the oil store get my oil changed. They had already changed the oil. All right, I went to pay and
Decline.
declined. I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? And I I ended up figuring out and stuff. And they're going to send me a new car, but you would think they would let you know.
Yeah.
You know, you would think you'd let you know before you went and looked like a fucking asshole somewhere.
How did you pay?
It still worked at the ATM for whatever reason. I walked to the ATM that was across the street. I gave him my license, or I didn't walk. I drove. I gave him my driver's license. Hold this. I'll be right back. Went and got the money, came back and paid him. But then I called and they're like, yeah, fraudulent activity. We shut it down. You can't. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? Why would you not tell me that?
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, what am I supposed to do? He said, it's going to take 7 to 10 days or whatever to get a new one. I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do in the meantime? He's like, well, every time you need to use it, you can give us a call. We can unfreeze it for the one purchase and then freeze it back. I'm like, every time I use it, I go to the fucking store. I'm supposed to sit on hold for 15 minutes with PNC while I wait to get a representation.
My bank, you can freeze it on the app.
Well, this one was automatically frozen because of fraudulent activity, so I guess they wouldn't let you do that. Either way, I don't fucking know. All I know is they wanted me to... It takes like 20 minutes to get to someone. I'm supposed to do that every time I use my card. Now, thank God my wife's card was still working, and it's the same bank account. So, I just use my wife's card until I get a new one. But fuck you, PNC. Let me fucking know, all right? Next you. Fuck you, Southgate Police. All right, I'm going to play a little Tyreek Hill here. Now, I was a gentleman. And that's why I should have got different treatment, all right? So I am pulling out of this new neighborhood in Southgate where apparently, well, not apparently, they have a big sign telling you can't, but this is 11:30 at night. There is no one around. I did the look, no one fucking around.
Ran a red light?
No, it was left turn only, or right turn only, and I went left. All right, because knowing going right, I'd had to go all the way fucking up into Fort Thomas and turn around.
Yeah.
All right, there's no real spot to turn around there, and there was no one around. It's nighttime, and there ain't no real fucking reason why I can't turn left anyways. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll turn left. As soon as I turn left, the fucking cop was behind the hospital over here, or whatever the hell that is, medical building, and I see the light turn on, I see him flying out. I'm like, God damn it. All right, so I pull over.
He was sitting there at that sign.
Yeah, he was hidden. So I guarantee he's getting people at that sign all night because that neighborhood is a brand new neighborhood. It's where the Beverly Hills Supper Club burnt down years and years ago.
Yeah.
All right, they just built it, and there's nice places up there. So there's people with money. Not me. I was dropping someone off with money. I don't have money. But anyways, I pulled out. I guarantee he's nailing people all night because you can't see his car from where that spot is. But he obviously knows if you pull out, you're making a legal turn.
Right.
And so he's nailing people all fucking day long with that. The cop pulls me over. Again, I understand cops. I rolled the window down immediately. He's like, do you know, blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, I'm a fucking idiot. I was just not being patient. And it was my last Uber ride tonight. I'm heading home. And he's like, all right, well, you give him my stuff. I have to show him my insurance on my phone because I didn't have the thing. I was surprised he even asked to see it. But
I still do that.
I was like, whatever, here, look at that. He was fine. And he gave me a ticket. Now, usually
He gave you the ticket?
Yeah, usually people let you off with the warning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Usually they give me a little warning. This cunt, no, not him. He gave me the ticket.
How much?
Listen, the infraction was a $20 fine. I'm like, oh, reasonable. Court cost $140. $160 is what it's going to cost me for this turn. Guess how much I made that day? $165. I made $5 that whole day because of the last turn I did. I didn't want to fucking go up the street and turn around because it's a ridiculous traffic law and there's not a goddamn person in sight. There was a cop hiding, but there was no one else driving on the street. No one was going to get hurt. As he's pulling away, he's like, just make sure you drive a little careful.
Hey, that's a lesson to you guys. Obey the law.
It is. But here's the thing, Tyreek, I rolled the window down and I was polite, all right? And I got my ticket and I left. Now, $160 ain't shit to Tyreek Hill. You know, I mean, to me, that sucks. That was a little kick in the dick. But why the fuck do you have to pay court costs if you don't go to court?
I agree.
You're sending the money in on the internet. You pay on the internet. What the fuck am I paying court costs for? What costs $140?
Maybe you should make a phone call and find that out.
It doesn't matter.
The court costs are the filing of the paperwork and the typing it in the computer.
Yeah, you know what John Mellencamp said. And I fought the law and the law won, dude. You don't even win in that shit. You're
You
fucked.
fought authority.
Yeah.
Authority always wins. That was Mellencamp.
Someone did fight the law?
Yeah, a long time ago. In the 60s, I fought the law in Tennessee.
Oh, okay, so he's really just doing a cover song.
No, his is called the Authority Song. When I fight authority always wins.
Oh, it is a little bit different. Yeah. Authority always wins.
Yeah, that's
yeah. Fuck him. Fuck you, John Mellencamp.
Is he the third one?
He was here. No, he was here a couple days ago though. Him, Willie, and Bob Dylan, right down the street from me. Yeah, just chilling, being old as shit. Now my third one and our final one for today, and then we're getting the fuck out of here. Fuck Lyft. These motherfuckers. All right, so in order to drive in the Cincinnati area, you got to get a defensive driving course and a vehicle inspection to drive in Kentucky. Otherwise, you can only drive in Ohio. Mine expired a week ago. I was not allowed to drive in Kentucky. Fair enough. I did all the stuff to renew it, turned it all in. It was all approved, and I still can't drive in Kentucky. And Lyft does not have a phone number you can call.
No.
You can only talk to them through chat.
Yeah.
All right. I don't understand. The chat people probably are not Americans.
Well,
all
they
right?
called me once.
I doubt
She
that
wasn't American.
Yeah, I doubt the chat people are American. So when you're trying to explain to them that Kentucky is part of the Cincinnati region,
I did that.
they cannot get it through their fucking heads, dude. They argue and argue and argue that they can switch your regions, but you can't do both. And this guy's telling me that I had, well, maybe guy or girl, I don't know, it's a chat, telling me I had to be a resident of the state in order to drive in the state and all this other shit that's not true.
Been there.
You know, I'm printing out their map because you can get you look at the rate card on Lyft and it shows you the map that you cover in Cincinnati region that clearly shows actually 4 different states. It shows Indiana, Kentucky, and there's a part of West Virginia that's also in that region.
Really?
Yes, it goes all the way out east, that same region, all the way to West Virginia and into Richmond, West Virginia. Or not Richmond, whatever's over there in the very corner. Either way, I'm showing this guy their maps and he's still telling me that I can't. And he's like, no drivers can drive in both range. That's the rule, blah, blah, blah. I argued with this for 7 hours through a chat. 7 hours.
Are you serious?
And eventually I just started getting shitty with him. I'm like, I can't believe how inept you are. Please give me a number so I can talk to someone that knows what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
I was getting shitty. And then all of a sudden I get a message. You're now approved for driving northern Kentucky. Thank you. It's like, fuck you. 7 fucking hours of my life. And you know how Lyft works too. As soon as the car starts moving, you can't type to him anymore.
No.
So you're typing to him every 20 minutes in between
while
rides
driving,
because you still got to make money. You know what I mean? And even
then the worst part is the ride's long enough. They say, I guess you don't need anything else.
yes, every
They
single
hang
time.
up on you.
That's why that happened at least 7 times.
Yeah.
And then you had to get reconnected. And I think it's a different person.
It is.
Because you have to explain it to a new person every time. So I explained this story at least 5 times. And I even told them, can't you scroll up? What the fuck do I have to tell you once again? And you're still not going to understand it. You're still, because you're over in India and you have no clue how the Ohio and Kentucky maps are drawn up.
No.
You know what I mean?
I went through the same
I'm
thing.
sending them that map and they're probably looking at this like, yeah, buddy, whatever. Like, this says Cincinnati. You're talking about Kentucky. Well, they're different places.
I went through the
So
exact
after
same
a
thing.
7-hour thing, we finally, and then I even said that to him after he said, that we're good. I was like, do you make every Cincinnati driver go through this every year when they renew their stuff? And he just wrote back, is there anything else I can help you with? Like, fuck you!
Yeah.
Fuck you! God, I wanted to kill him.
Now, when the guy pulled the gun on me, they called me.
Oh, wow, that's, yeah.
They actually talked.
But there's
to
no
me.
number. I
No.
looked everywhere for a number.
No, there isn't
because
one.
a lot of times, at least if you can get on the phone, it's easier to explain or talk, really get into it. But, yeah, fuck you, Lyft. Fuck you.
All right, I got to go.
All right, I got to eat cat.
You can kindly fuck off now. Please subscribe and share. Well, you can kindly fuck off now. Subscribe and share. Fuck off. Fuck off.